Hello everybody, Frankie Day here from Frankie Day Models. Okay guys, I have for you the conclusion of my 4 entries for Sir Martin's Bomber Command group build. It expired last night at midnight, fellas. So any of you guys out there got a lot of builds underway right now, haven't completed them. As far as I've understood, that the group build is terminated, and of course postponed builds of the Bomber Command group build that hasn't made it on schedule can be are mostly highly welcome to be pictured on the Facebook page, and so be sure to post your late builds, fellas. You know, and I know a lot of you guys work hard on those things. I know I worked hard on these 4 things here. Boy, knocked off big old four kits off in no time, in less than a month. That's a lot of work, and I know you guys put a lot of work in your builds, fellas, so don't be bashful when you get done with your builds. Your builds are welcomed. I mean, highly welcomed. I'd like to see them. So be sure to post them on the Facebook page while it's still up and running. Okay. My last entry for Mr. Martin Lamott's Bomber Command group build, I got my Airfix 1/72 scale Avro Special Dambuster bomber, and I wanted to so much take it outside for some good outside pictures and post them on the Bomber Command Facebook page, but no can do. It's pretty well reined in. It's set in for a long time, guys, and to my understanding, one of my co-workers at work has got one of these iPads, and you go like this and push a button here and it shows the weather. It has a whole complete meteorologist system right there of the rain rain. So we're pretty well set in for these couple of days here in Ohio, and it's expanding all the way from the southwest all the way up where we're at, and it's probably heading towards Sir Martin's way. He may get snow. You never know. I mean, up there in New England states, up there, they get snow very early up there. Okay, I went ahead and did some stills on this. Now these stills behind me, there are 3 different builds on here. Actually, there are 4 builds, and so as I noted on the last video, that on the final reveal, I'll go ahead and post all the builds I've done on the end of the final reveal. So the final reveal pictures I have on this, which I've done inside, guys. I'm very truly sorry I could not take these things outside and post pictures out there, because it's all foul weather out there. It's all rained and no sunshine. It's miserable, terribly miserable, but good modeling weather and good sleeping weather, to say the least. Okay, now over here you can see my Dambuster over here. She's right behind me. We'll show that live as we zoom in on the stills behind me and the remainder of my 4 entries. Okay. After this video, I'm gonna corral up a bunch of my kits that have been laying around, new stuff I'm gonna be building here, and a lot of them will be ships and aircraft too. So I got the F3H Demon down here. I got to give that thing a nice good bath in warm water, let it dry, and finish up the paintwork on it and get it done and get it all boxed up, sent down below. And I got a lot of builds coming your ways, guys. I mean, a lot. I got a lot of stuff here. And I got a lot of kits here. A lot of them just calling on me all at once, but you can't do everything at once. On one thing, Rome wasn't built in one day. Okay, enough chatter. And like Sir Martin says, tally-ho, chalks away. And we're going to zoom in with the my beautiful friendly camera, and we're going to take a look at the build stills of all my entries and my Dambuster, and we're going to swing around and take a look at her live on the camera, and we'll swing the camera around and I'll finish up discussing what we're doing on the next video. Okay guys, here we go, guys. We're going in for the kill this time. Here we go. There's the mighty Lank right there, my beautiful Dambuster. This aircraft I modeled after was killed in action during the raid. I forget the gentleman's name. had a choice. He had two different choices of the Lancasters, although the paint schedules were the same. You had one that was McCarthy, which I think he was an American pilot that served in the Royal Canadian Air Force, and he got involved with the 617 Squadron, and he became a Lancaster pilot, a flight lieutenant. And the other fellow right there, I forget the other gentleman's name, but God bless him and his crewmates on that daring raid on May of 1943. The mighty Dambuster, the Edna Dams, Miranda and Scorpio Dams. Okay, over here I treated the camo on this thing the same way that I done on the Lancaster B3 on the old Revell Classic, and I use those worm methods again on these on the camo. Man, I wish I had known that a long time ago, guys. Like I said, years ago, when I was a kid, I didn't have no airbrush, and I've always wondered, you know, how the heck am I going to duplicate an airbrush finish on a model? And I got an aerosol can in my hand, and it has no control of what I want to do other than just cover the model with one big spray. So my dad came up with an idea. I said, Frank, it's easy. Before you do anything, put that thing together, he says, take your wings off and trace small with a piece of paper. He said, cut out your patterns and double tape them down to your plastic. Then first of all, you paint your light color, and with the camo, you just put all your paper right here. Make sure it's all double taped evenly. Press it down, spray it with a spray can. You pull it up, there you go. And this method reminds me of that. Anyway, guys, this worm method is good. It saves a lot of time, and it's hard to control your weathering and your hues and your colors and your greens and your dark earth just by free hand. It takes a lot of work. So the best way to do it, guys, is that worm method. And I don't know whose modeling page I learned that from. It's like everybody uses that. So, well, Frankie Day can do that too. So Frankie Day is still learning. And like I say, guys, the day you don't learn is the day you stop living. Okay, there she is, head on right here. That canopy, masking that canopy was very, very tedious, boys. Very tedious. That plastic is very thin. Very thin. And it took me about 2 hours to mask down this cockpit. I wasn't going ahead and put a pilot in there. I was going to put the gentleman inside there who lost his life on this Lancaster. But he's in my spare parts box now that I can use on future builds. The weathering on this thing is very subtle. What I can see on the RAF bombers and real bombers in color in real life, they were weathered to an extent about like this, but they weren't really obscured and really tattery, and very much of an eyesore too. Okay, there she is right there on the starboard side. I used, like I say, guys, I went, after I appreciated this thing, I put the blacks on here. And make sure the blacks are real treated first before you proceed with the dark earth and the dark green. By mixing, I spray the whole thing dark black out of the rattle can, whatever you got. And this only can be done with an airbrush. Another method you can do it, you don't have an airbrush, you can dry brush it, but make sure that paint is very subtle on that brush, where you can actually just change the color from the black. That's what I used to do. You give it the weather effect. Tone it down with some with base color of primer gray, black, till it's almost like a dark gray color. Then go back in and bring in the black again by adding a little bit of blue. Don't use no royal blue or no dark insignia blue or whatever kind of blue there is. The best blues I use, guys, is more or less like a lighter blues, like a hollow brow, duck egg blue. Not duck egg blue. Duck egg blue is almost like a bluish white color. I would say more as like just a sky blue color. sky blue, and real light blues. Hollow brow. That's an excellent color right there. And you mix it with your black until that black has a little tinge of blue in it, so you see that the black is completely taken away. And use your airbrush wisely and just kind of feather it in until it looks nice, pleasing to the eye and everybody else's eyeballs. And once everything's all masked down, do the same thing with the wing. What you do is you don't. I appreciated the wing and went very lightly with the Humbrol colors here. I use the Humbrol colors on here. The Humbrol colors nowadays, guys, is a whole different formula opposed to the stuff we used back in the 50s and 60s. The best mineral spirits I think works very, very well for Humbrol is there's a lot out there you can use. Some guys use regular mineral spirits, but I use turpentine. Turpentine works very well with this stuff. It's almost like a drying agent, and it dries the paint very quickly, so you can build it up. Now, if you use mineral spirits they can dry that fast, opposed to like linseed oils, like turpentines. So I use turpentine. So I'll use get a little tin here, just little small tins. See these Humbrol's, guys. Those timbrels, those tins, are nothing but pigment paint. And like, you just keep adding thinner, keep adding thinner, keep adding thinner, keep adding thinner. That can will never empty out. You'd be surprised. A little tin could do a dozen of these things or more. So use turpentine. You'd be surprised. Okay, that was the conclusion of the 3 pictures that I gave to Mr. Martin Lammett, so he could post them on the scrapbook, on the coming video he'd be making on the entries of the Bomber Command group build. And so I did kind of a little bit of a buffet right here, like of everything. Okay, here's a famous Lockheed Hudson. Man, those windows make me sick. Well, I don't know what I was thinking when them things fogged up like that. I had second thoughts, just poke those devils out and just go ahead and use crystal clear there or something. But everything else, it looks pretty good. This is the Mighty Hudson bomber. This is one of the first Airfix kits I've ever bought. And there she is, looking on top of the tarmac next to the Dambuster. And this turret turns. This gun's go up and down. You got a figure back here. Got him. He's in a crouched position. And there's some kind of a bearing where he's holding in his hand. And you got an axle that fits on these guns right here. It sits right through that little bearing and plugs into the other gun. And so that way it can elevate up and down. And of course this bolt and pull turret will elevate. And the stabilizers work. Ailerons work for pop spin. And the landing gear is functional. There's another view of the Hudson right there. It's a beautiful little airplane. Little L8, L-14s. I mean, they weren't obsolete. They were a very, very good airplane. I mean, they've already used them throughout the whole war. And we used them too, as more or less as PVOs. Then we got a hold of Lockheed down there and said, why don't we just make a bigger version of the Hudson bomber by adding on a bigger bomb bay and everything. I said, well, by adding a bigger bomb bay, that means we're going to have to enlarge the fuselage a little bit. And that's how the PVO Ventura came to view. There she is next to the Dambuster over here. It's a beautiful airplane that Lank is, guys. No mistake about it. Mr. Roy Chadwick, he was a genius. That man was pure genius. Here's one of the first Lend-Lease programs, my Hudson right here. And of course, the first one I did is the Revell 1963 Lancaster. And it stands up pretty well next to this here. I like it very much. It's probably about the best one of these things I've ever built. And like Sir Martin says, I made a silk purse for my pig's ear. This thing here is very ancient kit, and of course when it's all painted up, it looks very nice. Okay, here's the first one I did. That was a Blenheim bomber. Of course, the background, you got the Hudson back there, you got the Lank over here. This is the Blenheim bomber, night bomber version. This was a very sweet, excellent little kit. Airfix, they did a pretty damn good little job making this little squirt. I couldn't believe how small the Blenheim really is. It looks pretty good size off the ground, but you know, it's a pretty small aircraft opposed to the Hudson and the rest of them. Okay, there's all four of the buffet. You got my first entry, the new Airfix kit, the V1F model, the .NET version of the Blenheim bomber, or Blenheim, and the 1963 classic Lockheed Hudson, L-14, and the famous, I can't even tell which name. Okay, here it is. They all look the same to me. The Dambuster. And here's the S for sugar. This is the famous Lancaster B-1, Herman Goring. And of course, they all sound pretty good together. You got two old turds standing up to something that's new today. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, that concludes this video here on the stills, and we're going to take it out of close view, and we'll come over and take a look at the mighty Dambuster over here on top of the Lazy Susan. And I'll give her a little twirl so you guys take a good looky. And well, there she is, head on right there. And as I twirl it around, this is a good kit, guys. It really is. I mean, I really enjoyed building this. This thing actually built itself. And again, filler on it is very minimal. The only filler I added is on top of the joining of the fuselage. It really didn't need that much. Just a smidgen, just a dusting of it. And I'm happy I got this done. I got a little special box it's going to go into after this video. And it's a shame I have to take it down there to the bosun locker down below. And there she is, guys. Famous Dambuster. That's one hell of a damn event, Operation Chastise. The mighty Dambusters. The 617 Squadron. 18, 19, 20-year-old lads taking off on a big old heavy 4-engine bomber. 60 feet above the water's edge, dropping a bomb. You don't find too many men nowadays do stuff what these boys did. That's back in the days when men were men, buddy. I mean, men were men. And they flew by the seat of their pants. And they were very well matured men back in those days. Very mature. You wouldn't believe how mature those men were. 20-year-old kid going on 80 years old. Very mature. Okay, that's the conclusion of my fourth entry for Mr. Martin Lamette's Bomber Command Group build. Okay, I'm going to hop back on that Connie over there behind me. I'm going to put the link away down below in the basement. I got his box over here. And it fits very nicely. It's very well secure. Out of harm's way. I don't have to worry about her getting broken. And one of these years, one of these days, I'll open up and look at her. And she'll be as fresh as she is right now. Okay. I'm going to make another video up. I don't know if I'll do it tonight. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be a good time to do it. That will give me time to corral all the stuff together and I can show it to you. Right now I can show you one thing. It's arm's distance from me. I don't know when they're going to build this, but I'm going to get some kind of electoral vote from all you fellows out there when's a good time I think I should start this thing. This is the Billings Andrea Gale. This is not the radio control kit. This is the static version. And it's very, very small and very well detailed in the scale of 160. Now I got this kit from Spinney's Hobby Shop. It came from an estate sale. The gentleman had it, got it corn fused with the big scale, the radio control one. So the guy, there's a story behind this.